This used to be the most luxurious Tundra you could buy. And now it's the entry-level luxury package. I borrowed this truck from Malone Toyota here in Draper, Utah. They have a ton of inventory and this beautiful limited is for sale. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see some of the options and features on this build. So here's the description right here. And it's a 5.5 foot bed, magnetic gray metallic, which has been a color Toyota's been using for a long time. Short listing of the standard equipment right here. And then here are all the options. So this one does have the JBL 12 speaker premium audio with amplifier. The limited premium package gives you a lot of nice features like the upgraded LED headlights and towing technology package. 360 is the panoramic view monitor. Limited power package, which gives you the wireless charger and a few other things. Bed step, black emblem overlays, all-weather floor liners, and then tailgate insert for $89. Destination comes in at $1,850 with a total price of $61,892. And here are the Philly comment numbers. Make no mistake about it, the Limited comes pretty well equipped, and as you guys just saw, you can get a lot of nice features added too. Now up front, I do like the painted front grille and surround here. Has like this bright silver finish. You guys see some of the vents on the side. Let's go ahead and talk about the lighting really quickly and then we'll jump back in the video. So here's the lighting on the front. You have the full LED fog lights and quad beam projector LED with sequential turn signal. Mirrors have turn signals as well. LED sequential tail lights. Also LED license plate lights, and here are your reverse lights there. Lastly, your center high mount LED and bed lights right there on both sides. Down below, I do like the cutout in the bumper here, how it goes up a little bit. It gives a little bit better ground clearance. Parking sensors are kind of hidden on the front end too, which gives it a nice design. Active grille shutters up front. And here's a quick look at the suspension. Double wishbone, coilover setup there. And notice how large the sway bar is right there too. Has aluminum steer knuckle, and your top and lower control arms are going to be steel. Here's just a better look at those headlights. There is a sensor and a front camera, and you guys can see the overlays on the badges. You'll see a little bit more on the side and in the back too. Now this is rocking some 20-inch wheels. Really nice design. If you don't like all the brightness on this truck, you can get like a blackout too, and maybe if I have a chance I'll do a video on one. But Bridgestone dual tires, and these are pretty decent. 265/60/20 is the size, and here are the capacities right here. 2,469 pounds at 44 psi max for the tire. They do provide a fabric material for the wheel wall. And I do like the color match for the fender flares too. Some of the other trims have a different color, and I like this a little bit better. And do you guys notice this little black trim on the A-pillar? Really nice design that Toyota incorporated there. Black accent just below the mirror, and you have that magnetic gray. Blind spot monitoring right there, and there is a camera below. More overlays for your badging. Chrome door handles with a little bit of black accent here. So there is a little bit more chrome on this truck for sure. So like I said, you can have all that blacked out. There are no running boards on this one, and this truck does sit decently high too, I will say. And here's just another side view. 5.5 foot bed. Now out back, they do provide a wheel well liner. Some of the other manufacturers don't do that, and you're going to have a 4-link coiled suspension. You can see one of those links right here. And that is a stainless steel exhaust, by the way, too. 32.2 gallon fuel tank. And then check out that optional step out back. There is a button here that drops down the tailgate. Now, if you get a higher trim level, it would actually automatically drop this and lift it back up for you. But on the Limited, you have to kick it out, which is not a big deal. It's a truck, right? Love the bed design, and I like how wide it is. You can pretty much pull the toy in pretty easily. 400 watts of power on this side. You do have some tie downs throughout the bed, and I do put Tundra right there. Here's your lighting out back with the backup camera. Class 4 hitch with a 7 and 4 pin, and This truck has a 331 rear end. Here's your donut style for your spare tire. And then here's just a side view. Before we go over the powertrain, this has to be the lightest hood in the segment. Now, this third generation Tundra is rocking the new 3.4 liter V6 twin turbo engine. By the way, I love the dual intake, so cool. That's something that BMW would do, and they incorporate that in the Tundra. This engine is aluminum for the heads and the block, and it's direct and port injection, so those intake valves will not get build up on them. 389 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, 10.5 to 1 compression, so you don't have to use premium fuel. Now, I would prefer it personally, but that's just me. 10-speed transmission. Let's check out the interior. This is like the new school limited. Back in the day, if you got a limited, that meant you were gonna get wood grain and obviously leather, which this one has. But this is more of like that new school. So you don't see wood trim in the interior, but you see more darker treatment to it, which I like. And check out all the features you have. You still have the power folding mirrors that you can set up with the key. Auto up and down for the front and rear windows. Power door locks are right there. You can do the lockout still. And then check out some of the trimming on the interior. Soft touch, soft touch, soft touch. But down here, all this is gonna be hard plastic. But great design. And then here are your seats. So you are gonna have a 10-way, including the lumbar. And then check out the bolstering on the sides of the seats here too. The headrests do not tilt, but I like the graphics that you have in that perforated leather. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And notice how they put like these little dots. I wonder if that's gonna help breathe better when you have your hands on there for long periods of time. Stepping in is pretty easy. You do have that release for the hood. And here are your bed lights, auto high beams. The stop start function works great on this truck. Normally it gets really hot in the cabin when it's off. I think it was off for like almost a minute or 2 minutes actually, and the AC stayed pretty chilled. You guys can dim or brighten that screen here for your gauge cluster, your odometer, and then your parking sensors, heated steering wheel, and then 120 volt plug. This is what you're gonna use to turn that on and off, okay? Grab handle on both sides. But you guys notice, they give you the lighter color roof for the interior. Sometimes I think they do that to make you jump up to the higher trim levels. I really do. But your trailer brakes down there, push button starts right here. And then check out some of the buttons on the steering wheel. Great design. And as far as your screen goes, this is a 14-inch display. Dual climate control. You guys can see you have heated and ventilated seats. This one does have the optional surround view. If you put it in reverse, you guys will see you have your backup lines. And I don't know if you guys noticed, above the bed there was a camera, so you do have bed view camera. Also, you have this guy, has your home link built in there, and the interior is going to have LED lighting still, place for your sunglasses or glasses. Also, you can obviously do this, and the game over button is this one right here. This is the game over button. No one else has this, and I don't know why they don't. But this one does have your vanity with lights, and there is a panoramic sunroof available, but you have to opt for it. But I don't know, if you're gonna add a bunch of options to this truck, you might as well go to the next trim. So I like how this one's option. You have all the nice features that don't cost too much. Now, back to the center, you guys can see this is for your trailering, and then we already discussed what that button was for. Traction control is right here. You can turn that on and off. You have the hold function, so if you're at a light, you can take your foot off the brakes. Electronic parking brake is right here. And then you have your wireless charger with a little bit of storage. And then your four-wheel drive system is there. So you have 2 high, 4 high, 4 low if you get stuck. You have multiple drive modes. Let's see, does it come over here? I think it does. So they give you sport, normal, and eco. That's it. I like the fact that they give you eco because not everyone does that. And then check out this. This is done well. I like that this slides so you can put a taller cup inside of here. And this one is actually a little bit different. On the higher trim levels, they give you a little bit of extra storage there. But when you open this up, they give you a button on both sides. You guys can see some USBs, coin holder, and just a little bit more storage. They also illuminate this area too. Now in this screen, I'm not gonna take too much time. You can set up later, and this is what it looks like. You have your XM radio, you can set up your phone, you have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wirelessly, navigation is right here. And the screen does actually move pretty quickly, for the most part. But yeah, the overall layout is nice. There is no heads-up display, but I love the fact that they give you a 12-volt plug up top there. Ram HDs is the only truck that does that, by the way. They also give you another USB, that's a Type A. Before I show you the passenger side, here is your gauge cluster, and this is for your lighting and windshield wipers. Now this screen, you do use the arrows here. Let me just show you guys. I did turn off a few things, but you have your fuel economy, navigation, so it gives you a compass inside of here, your Sirius or any audio that you're using, your trailer information if you're towing, and then here's all your safety features here. And then back to the front. I like that they give you a turbo gauge down below too, and a few other gauges too. 10-way passenger seat. All this is soft touch, but hard plastic up there. Glove box, decent size. A little bit of storage and bottle holder. And then out back, wide door by the way too. And they do give you decent leg room. You guys can see seat back pockets. A little bit of storage. They give you a Type A and a Type C USB down below. 120 volt plug, air vents, keep people nice and comfortable back here. And you have 2 cup holders. Also, the seat does go up for storage, 60/40. I would like to see a flat floor surface. That's the only thing that's kind of missing here, but otherwise, they give you a ton of storage down here. And here's the other side. So how do all these options affect your numbers? Your gross axle weight rating up front could be 4,080 pounds, and the rear is 3,860. I wish they would match that with the 4,000. Gross fuel weight rating is going to be 7,230 pounds, and all-in payload is 1,390 minus 11 pounds. So that's not bad for a higher trim Toyota Tundra. I will say, Toyota does probably the best job with the way they option their trucks. Like, things just come standard, like the auto up and down windows. Like, I don't see that typically on trucks from the others, but all in all, the fit and finish on this is definitely top notch, and I think the price point is decent.